Thank you for staying with us. There's this thing you hear on radio or on television. You hear some people say, "I will tell your mother. I will tell your mother for you." I mean, growing up, we used to play that game. "I'll tell your mother for you." Then suddenly some people have decided to use it as a campaign. "I'll tell your mother." Well, MTN has been at the forefront of supporting Nigerians to navigate COVID-19. Where it for me is in furtherance, yes, that's the advert. I'll tell your mother of their hope initiative, and it is creating awareness on the need to wear the mask as a precaution to prevent the spread of COVID-19. We have with us to explain exactly what this Wear It For Me is all about, Mr. Richard Iwanoge, General Manager, Brand and Communications Marketing Division. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So, did you ever tell somebody, "I would tell your mother for you"?
It's one of those phrases that we all can relate to. It's something we all did. I mean, you can definitely have a moment in your life when you're doing something and your sister or your younger ones will be like, I'm going to tell mommy. And you immediately freeze because you know the consequences of your mother knowing you're doing those things. And especially when you are young, when you're trying smoking and drinking the first time and they catch you, you know you're in trouble.
Exactly.
So it's a phrase we know everybody can relate to.
But how is it that you guys decided to use it for this campaign, a hashtag Wear It For Me campaign?
Okay, so maybe I need to set some context. So as an organization, as a brand, right from the onset of the COVID pandemic in Nigeria in February, we tried to be at the forefront of partnership with the government, with organizations to see how we can help the community we operate in to manage this pandemic. And we've done a couple of initiatives under a platform we call Yellow Hope Initiative. And the Yellow Hope platform is a platform where we've done a series of things, working with the government, with institutions, just to help create awareness, to support as well. And I'll talk into those things later. So the Wear It For Me campaign is really an extension of that Yellow Hope broad set of initiatives that we did. Why did we embark on this Yellow Hope, this Wear It For Me campaign? Because ultimately, if you check the statistics, those societies and communities where they encourage mask wearing, the statistics show that they recorded fewer deaths from COVID-19. So it's a simple, easy to do initiative that can help our community. So we decided that this is something we should focus on. But how do you focus on it? How do you get people who don't really think it's important to wear masks, who wear masks grudgingly because to come into an office or some location, they are told you must wear your mask to come in. That shouldn't be a reason to want to wear your mask. You need to have a reason better than being forced to wear it. So we looked through what was going on in society and we thought there was a better way to approach this. That better way really is to use the world's best influencers, your mother, asking you to wear the mask. And it makes sense because this pandemic affects disproportionately the elderly, the immunocompromised in our community. So the younger ones might feel, well, it doesn't really affect me, why should I bother? But if you understand, if you wear the mask, you help protect the elderly ones in our communities, then it makes sense. It gives you a good reason to want to wear the mask. So you'll be hearing us run the campaign where your mother or mother figures in your communities, or father figures, by the way, will be encouraging you to please wear it for me. If you don't think you need to wear it for yourself, wear it for me. So that's the kind of campaign we're running.
So since the campaign started, can you measure the impact?
Okay, the way to put impact would be, in my view, to measure all the things MTN has attempted to do to help with this pandemic right from February. So for example, we donated 1 billion naira to the coalition against COVID-19, and they've gone ahead to use that to set up centers for testing, centers for isolation, and things like that. We, through our foundation, MTN Foundation, we actually gave 250 million naira worth of PPEs, that will be your face mask, to the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, again, to help prevent the spread of the disease. We gave consumers take 300 SMSs a month for free because we felt it was critical people engage now. And I can tell you from an impact point of view, we got almost 53 million of our subscribers send 4 billion SMSs for free.
Wow.
That's impact.
In 1 month?
No, for the period,
for
for
that
3
period.
months we did it, yeah.
Okay.
We also zero-rated, or rather we gave 100 megabits of data to all our subscribers to be able to access certain websites for free. Websites like WHO, Nigerian Center for Disease Control website, so they can get authentic information on what is going on about the disease. Those are all things we have done to try to help society. And in my view, that's impact. But this campaign now is around, we need to urge people to wear masks because this disease is still with us. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. Let's not assume it has gone. So if you don't think you need to wear it because you are young and they say young people are not affected now, wear it for those in our society who are the ones at the greatest risk of fatality from this disease.
Incidentally, a colleague of mine went somewhere 2 days ago.
Okay.
And so she comes back saying, it's as if a lot of people, she was feeling uncomfortable because of all the people there. I mean, you find out that 1 in 10 are wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So she asked, why aren't you wearing a mask? Then, so what kind of reaction have you gotten from some of the, I mean, I know that some of your staff go out and even you sometimes tell people wear a mask.
Yeah.
What kind of reactions have you got?
Okay, so that's a really good question because it comes to the heart of the reason why we thought it was important to run this campaign. Think about what we're trying to do. We think it's important enough. We're dedicating our entire media assets, worth billions of naira, dedicated to the exclusion of any other campaign, no commercial campaign, just to create awareness that people need to wear masks. And if you let me talk you through why this is critical. Africa is a young society. Across the world, the youngest population is in Africa. This disease, it affects the young, but not to the extent it affects the elderly who are already immunocompromised. Young people have a feeling that, even when I get it, I come out of it, it's not going to kill me, so they don't bother. But we think if we don't do something about it now, what will happen is in time, the elderly in our society, who are the ones most impacted, will begin to suffer from this disease and probably die. And we don't want that to happen. So it's awareness that is the problem. It is to give people a reason to want to wear the mask, beyond them just thinking of, well, it's not going to affect me. I'm young. Why should I bother? So we are creating this awareness, making this effort and investment because we want young people to notice that if you do it, you don't do it just for yourself, you do it for your mother. Your mother will be telling you to do it for her. The way we've gone about this now is to find influencers and ambassadors, people that young people listen to. And we've gotten in touch with their mothers. And their mothers from the campaign you will have seen have been the ones sending that message to say, my son, I like what you do, please, for my sake, wear this mask. And those influencers on their own, in their social media handle, they're not encouraging their followers to do the same. So it's that awareness we really want to create, hoping to give people a good reason to want to wear a mask. And we believe as a brand, that's what we should do.
What if in all of this, they don't wear the mask?
I certainly hope they do. The numbers are not looking very good. We are recording deaths every day. But as a brand, think of it, we serve close to 70 million Nigerians. Across Africa, MTN serves close to 250 million people. We think the size of MTN, the number of customers we have across our operation, puts us in a unique position to be able to send a message to all our subscribers and to society in general, and that we can get across to people. Our dedication of our media assets across board for this kind of exemplifies the reason why we think it's important that we do this, and that's what we're trying to do.
Okay, let's look at engagement. You've listed some of the things you've done. You've done financial donations. You've given out time, airtime. Was it data?
We gave SMS.
You gave SMS. You gave data. You gave money.
Face mask as well.
And now you're doing the face mask one.
Yeah.
So it's like a holistic thing.
Yeah.
But in terms of like engagement, How do you manage that engagement with your subscribers and indeed the society, your host communities, to say, get involved? How do you manage that?
Okay, so I spoke about awareness creation. We're doing that. But a couple of things that are kind of subtle that we are doing that I would like to highlight here. You know, even before the government announced the lockdown and work from home and stay home, MTN, starting from our staff, we already asked all our staff to work from home. We thought we owed our staff that they should do that. That was the first thing we did. The second thing we did was we talked about our subscribers. So all these things I listed about free SMS, free access to the website, we did for our subscribers. We thought people needed to know what was going on, get accurate information, and be able to communicate. But more importantly, we also kept the network running because we realized that when people are home now, working from home becomes imperative. It was the responsibility as a network provider to ensure that the network keeps running, that people are able to still carry out business. And we are pretty proud that we've kept this network running despite the fact...
And there are those who will say you also made a lot of money off them.
It's a service we provide. If we don't provide this service, frankly, I'm not sure how the economy will be. So it's a service, and we are proud of the service we provide. But beyond that, we're also now communicating and encouraging that people need to wear masks because that's the only way we can deal with this disease. As a brand, I can't stress this enough, very few brands will take this bold step to dedicate their entire media assets to the cause of this disease, getting people to be aware that they need to wear masks. So you talk about engagement. I think across board, engaging with government, with institutions, partnering with other organizations, MTN has done a lot to try to create awareness, to give people opportunity to get information, to give people opportunity to work from home. Across board, we've done all that. And I think this is just part of extending what we've been doing since February.
So in carrying out this campaign, the Wait For Me campaign, for instance, are you giving people MTN masks? Or is it they can get their mask and will just wear a mask?
So part of the campaign, this is still work in progress. We intend to provide masks at our centers. So if you come to an MTN center for whatever reason, maybe to do a SIM swap or to buy a line or whatever, we will have masks available for you. If for any reason you come there and we notice you don't have a mask, we will give you a mask. But beyond that, if you indulge me, what I really want is for people to get involved. We have not a website, we have a URL, whereitfor.me. Let me emphasize that again, whereitfor.me. If you go there on your phone, we'll open up a small app for you that enables you to take a picture of yourself. We'll automatically put a mask on your face, and you can share that on your social media platforms. You can tell people who follow you the reason they should wear a mask. You can tell your loved ones that you're wearing the mask for them or they should wear the mask for you. We think if we get people involved, people will pass the message beyond the advertising we do around this, and people will take note. And hopefully, a few people will do and will save some lives, hopefully. So just to say it again, whereitfor.me, whereitfor.me. If you go there, automatically a small app opens up for you. You take a picture of yourself, we put the mask for you automatically, and you can share it on social media so that your followers, friends and family can know what is going on and hopefully begin to wear masks because of your action.
Okay, so I'm actually trying to open it here so that I can...
Are you seeing it?
No, it's not open.
Whereitfor.me.
Where it for or
No,
for?
F-O-R, W-E-A-R,
Where?
F-O-R-O, where it for.
Okay, so now the other side of it is there some kind of, because the society out there is a society that believes in incentives for,
Yeah.
I mean, there's consequence management and all of that. So is there an incentive for those who buy into this campaign? Is there a reward to say, okay, you know what, let's do this. Besides the fact that we're all going to be healthier, we're not going to catch the bug. This is also to say thank you for even buying into the campaign. Is that part of the plan?
I would like to phrase it differently. I wouldn't want to say is there an incentive for people, because clearly there's a larger incentive in terms of saving lives. So that's already a huge incentive.
Okay, that's it. I've already opened it here as well.
Okay, lovely, yeah.
So they were
So what
Cool.
What I think about is the enablements we are able to do on behalf of our customers. Enablement to get information without having to spend their data. Enablement to SMS each other without the need to spend. Think of it. 4 billion SMSs we enable for people to talk.
That was real good.
Thank you. Think about the costs to the business. Think about the 100 megabit of data we've been giving daily to people to access free information on health websites. These are the kind of things we do. So I don't think of it as reward. It's a necessity we felt we should carry out as a brand on behalf of supporting the government initiative on COVID-19.
Let's go back to that wearit4.me and see how it actually works. So this is what you get when you open that page.
Exactly. So if you follow the action button there, it opens up a camera. Thank you. That camera enables you to take a selfie.
Okay.
Cutting it
Step
off
one
from
is
your
a
nose.
picture.
Yeah.
Step 2.
So step 2. Okay, there's no camera there.
Yeah, there's no camera there.
There's a camera there. You will see your face as a selfie. You take the picture just to cut out from your nose. When you take the picture, the system automatically puts a mask for you. Then it will ask you to save it. Now, when you save it, you can now share on Instagram, on Facebook, as your profile, or as your status, whatever you want to do with it. Then your followers, friends and family will see that, and they will see the message. You also have an opportunity to put a message there. The message can say, in my case, I put my wife for my kids, so Lillian, wear it for me. My daughter, I'm wearing it for you. You know, those kind of things that are endearing, and people see that, and hopefully they will take note, do the same thing, and actually wear the mask. It's a zero-rated access, so they don't have to pay to use it. Wearit4.me.
And anybody, for any network can go there.
Anybody can do that.
It doesn't have to be an network, an MTN subscriber. Anybody can go there. And
I think some things rise above those kind of things.
Yeah.
A challenge like COVID-19, I think, rises above those kind of things. So we are doing this for society, for our community. You don't have to be an MTN subscriber. This is something we believe anybody should participate.
Okay. So if you had one last word to say to everyone out there, what would it be?
I'd like to say this issue is still with us. We shouldn't take it for granted. We shouldn't assume it's going away automatically. We should take precaution to protect those in our society who are vulnerable to this disease. As a brand, we are dedicated to supporting the government, supporting initiatives that help curb this disease. We've already done so much. This is one more thing we are doing. It's a Wear It For Me campaign. Wear your face mask, because when you wear it, you don't only protect yourself, you protect the loved ones, the vulnerable ones in our society. And we think that's a noble cause everybody should join us in.
Okay. Thank you so much. We've been speaking with Mr. Richard Iwanoge, General Manager, Brand and Communications Marketing Division of the MTN. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So as we'll be back in a moment, just stay with us.